Okay, here we go.
We're on the hunt. We're looking for big logs.
This time on Timber Titans.
Frickin' all horsepower.
Challenge.
Couldn't pick it up. Timeline's ticking.
Whenever you're ready.
We'll be yarding the logs downhill.
Watch your back.
There are currently 490 wildfires burning across Canada. More than half are out of control.
The forest industry is a huge resource for the wildfire suppression and mitigation effort that happens every summer. All of our specialized skill sets in terms of resources and equipment, they tend to get called away. The big one is helicopters. So when things get bad, these helicopters are often called to task to keep the community safe.
On the west coast of Vancouver Island, Integrated Operations Heli Logging Project is at a standstill.
All the Sikorsky S61 helicopters, including the one we're using, are all gone to firefighting. And we don't know when we're going to get the helicopter back. So it's challenging, yeah, for sure.
Without the S61, Integrated can't lift the high-value cedar logs they've been extracting from the mountainside.
We're going into previously harvested stands or stands that were badly damaged from windstorms and taking trees that are already dead and salvaging them.
But after a 4-day shutdown, SIG has received some good news.
We just found out that we have access to bringing the Sikorsky S64.
The Sikorsky S64 air crane is a twin-engine heavy-lift helicopter. With 9,000 horsepower, it's one of the most powerful helicopters in the country.
We're really fortunate to get it. The unfortunate thing is our wood's bucked up for the Sikorsky S61, so it's a bit of a game changer for sure.
We were cutting to an 8,000 pound max. Now we can go for the big puppies. Probably cutting logs 12 to 16,000 pounds.
To maximize the S64's payload capacity, SIG and the crew need to find some big wood fast.
Now we're on the hunt. We're looking for those big logs that we can leave long, leave big, leave heavy.
We put a big tag on them, and the helicopter pilots look for that tag, and when they find it, they grab it with the grapple and fly it to the landing.
This is a nice one, eh? We're gonna take this and leave that beautiful old girl standing there.
But even the S64 has limits. Cedar logs in the Narrows can easily exceed 16,000 pounds.
So that'll fly.
So Integrated's hill crews are bucking logs for flight.
You've got to be ready for the big machine. And when he starts, he doesn't stop, and he eats up probably 200,000 pounds an hour of wood, so it's pretty significant.
When we get an aircraft, we've only got it for a certain amount of time. The timeline's ticking.
Now it's a good idea to pull that yarder with the loader.
Well, this is the start of our first hill here now.
Across the Georgia Strait, the Peters Contract logging crew makes the steep climb to a new block called Statloop.
The yarder just doesn't go very fast.
The centerpiece of the operation is a 40-year-old machine called a yarder.
Not too many people use them anymore. It's just such an old school setup, I guess you could call it.
Yarders have been used for timber extraction for more than a century. Using a tower and a system of steel cables and chokers, the yarder works like a clothesline, lifting felled trees from the block and pulling them to the landing.
We don't use bunchers, hoe chuckers. We can get wood where they can't go. If it's too bony of ground, they can't get up.
31-year-old Sheldon Peters has been cable yarding since he was a teenager.
My dad got me into logging when I was 16 or something. He's the guy that's brought me to where I am right now.
Sheldon's dad, Gary Peters, started Peters Contract Logging in the 1980s.
Our company wouldn't be where it's at if it wasn't for him and how he taught me how to do things.
How much farther we got? Yeah, quarter kilometer, maybe half.
Statlew was the first job for Sheldon and the Peters crew without Gary.
This is the first season running the company since my dad passed. We didn't work after he got sick and passed. We just basically kept things in idle. There wasn't much work around, so I wasn't looking because we were just dealing with him.
But after 2 months of downtime, the crew is back at work, with Sheldon taking over for his father.
So you can see our setting. That's where we're going right there. Dad's not here anymore, but I want to do good, just to show him that there's no worry, right? Here we are. I got a lot of support from my mom, my sister, Christine, and even guys on the crew. They're not just there for me, they're there for my dad in a sense.
But the job is already looking tough.
That's the steep one.
Yeah.
Okay.
The crew has been contracted to yard 100 loads of logs that were felled by another logging company.
It's steep, we're high elevation. There's some steep bottom sides and top sides.
The first section of the block is a topside, meaning they'll be pulling logs downhill toward the yarder.
So if we just park you at just enough room so you're not leaning too far back so we can stand it up.
Yep.
Veteran yarder engineer Ralph came out of retirement to work with Sheldon.
I worked with Gary Peters through the years. I started running yarder when I was 26 years old, so that's 40-some years ago.
No, he's very good at his job, but he can get a little excited at times. I'd say he's 50-50 with anchor management. He doesn't quite need it, but at times it's not a bad idea if he did.
Damn.
Oh, we'll stand her up.
The first step is anchoring the yarder on the landing and raising the tower.
I just gotta undo the rope, Ralph.
Brakes off. Trying to go up. That's as far as it wants to move.
Is your button up?
Yeah, the button's up.
The yarder's clutch won't disengage.
How much air you got?
Everything on this yarder is ran by air, including the drive clutch, which engages the clutch and disengages it.
Let's see here, Ralph.
My air keeps going down, down, down.
Give it some throttle for a quick sec.
It'll just start crawling. That leaks to beat hell, that. So now my air will really go down. Yeah, I don't have enough air to kick my clutch out.
If we lose air pressure, his clutches can start slipping. His brakes aren't applying as well as he wants them to. Air is a key factor.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in there, Ralph.
As soon as I take my brake off, I'm gonna start rolling. I don't know why it's doing it today. As soon as I take my brake off, I'm gonna start rolling.
On Statlew,
Yeah, I'm gonna go in there, Ralph.
Sheldon troubleshoots a mechanical issue in the bowels of the yarder.
Take that thing out of there. Our clutch is stuck in right now. I just gotta get in there.
A drop in the yarder's air pressure has jammed the clutch.
Yeah, my air is not stopping right on 45 and not going up anymore.
Okay, push on it. Yeah, you got an air leak down there. I can hear it.
Okay, that's what the problem is.
The airline came off that pushes the clutch out. You can see it right there. I just got to find the other end and hook it back in. Okay, give me a second.
Sheldon reconnects the airline, but the clutch is still jammed.
Ralph's gonna try disengaging it as I'm down there kicking that shaft to get the clutch free.
Okay, hit it.
The gears are off.
That's all there is to her.
Our yarder that we use, the undercarriage is an old Sherman tank carrier. That's one of the weakest links on the machine. Just because the parts are getting so hard to find, right? I do need things to go smoothly, but it doesn't happen all the time. That's just the part of this job.
Okay.
With the tower finally in position, the crew can start anchoring the yarder for the heavy work ahead.
The guy lines basically holds the tower up.
They need to find stumps strong enough to hold the 50-ton yarder in place.
We're looking for like a hemlock. It's got a deeper root system than a cedar.
The machine's gotta be secure for how heavy it is and for the logs we're yarding. If he's pulling hard and that guy line isn't a good guy line or isn't notched correctly, that machine can fall over.
Whenever you're ready. Got no voice left. I can't holler anymore. I had throat cancer last year. I'm only 72. That's too young to be dying. Going up.
We are logging a topside, which means we'll be yarding the logs downhill towards the yarder.
We'll start stringing up the hill.
The last step is running the tower lines up the hill and securing them to stumps.
I would explain the yarder as basically a clothesline in the simplest sense there. It goes back and forth, bringing stuff in and out.
Except young people now, they don't know what the hell a clothesline is.
It's a time-consuming setup. And after the delay with the clutch, the crew is already behind schedule.
Okay, you guys are gonna tight line it a little bit.
I don't make the schedule, but very seldom we're done when we think we're gonna be, because variables happen.
But after 2 months on the sidelines, the crew is primed to get the job done.
It's roughly about 100 loads, so I'm hoping to do about 3 a day.
Okay, go ahead, Honor.
Don't really hope for the best, but hopefully you don't have that many breakdowns.
See if we can get something out of that.
On the west coast of Vancouver Island,
We're probably pushing for maybe a 16,000 pound log. And it also allows us to access logs that we couldn't have got with the 61, just because of where they're laying.
with less than 24 hours to prep for the arrival of the air crane,
Okay, let's go.
the hill crews are relying on a substitute pilot to fly the Bell 206 support helicopter. 24-year-old Hannah.
So did you grow your whole life up in Gold River?
Yeah. In high school, I started working with the company that was there and did like some work experience program sort of thing. And I would just go watch the helicopters, and every so often I'd get to go for a flight. And I thought it was pretty cool. 4 years ago, I graduated flight school. I've been working since.
When was your first rotor wing flight?
My first flight was 18.
Wow, you must be one of the youngest students that went there.
Yeah.
In the late 80s, I was in a helicopter crash. Something you never forget, obviously. So whenever a pilot like Kurt goes on days off, we're always a little bit more intense about, okay, who's coming?
I've been flying 5 years, and I've only been on the coast. It's been challenging, windy, poor weather, all of it.
Hannah's first job at the Narrows is flying 2 fallers into a remote section of the block so they can prep more logs for the air crane.
I'm just here to get the guys on the hill so that the logs can come off the hill.
We've identified some logs over here that weren't picked up, so I'm putting 2 guys in here today. We don't know the condition of the helipad, so that's always a bit of a conundrum.
We'll just have to take a look.
We probably have over 50 helipads. And the helipads are critical, because that's where the guys get on and off.
You got Griffin and Rob on board?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, standing by.
Work in environments like this, we have to be really cautious of what you're landing on.
Your eye field from St. Griffith's, that's just information of where we're going.
Okay, is at the bottom? I see St. Griffith there.
Yeah, that's where we're trying to go.
Okay.
The pads are older, and they're just built with the lumber that was on the hillside.
There are pads behind us?
I see the pad right down there. It's pretty brushed in. We'll give it a closer look. Right there. The pads, they're just 2 feet wider than the skids of the helicopter itself. And because they're old, you don't want to put all your weight down.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, I see now, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see the pad right down there. It's pretty brushed in. We'll give it a closer look. Right there.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Back at the Narrows,
Oh, I see now, yeah.
Hannah prepares to set down on a postage stamp landing pad.
Work in environments like this, we have to be really cautious of what you're landing on.
If a pad is too small or unstable, the pilot can abort the landing.
She's willing to say, no, I'm not landing there. And that's important.
Right on. Yeah,
Thanks, Hannah.
good day, you guys. Hey, Dick.
Go for seg.
Hey, they're all good on the hill.
You got them in there with their gear?
Yeah, we're all good.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, I'm glad that pad was okay then.
She's really efficient, also a great team player. She also brings that calm as well, and that's important.
I used to be a little bit nervous, but after working with so many different crews, it's great. I really enjoy it.
Hannah will continue flying members of the hill crew into targeted areas so they can prep logs for the air crane's arrival in less than 24 hours.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Everybody's in the clear?
Back at Statlu,
Have to see if Rolf lost his touch.
the yarder is operational, and the Peters crew is finally logging.
Going up again.
The process starts at the top of the hill.
We have 2 guys on the rig and the chokerman and the rig and slinger, Bill and Brennan.
But then you gotta drag it down.
Phil and Brennan traverse the terrain,
That's the back one.
Front one.
choking logs with steel cables that are attached to the yarder's main line.
You got him?
Should be good.
Phil's like a gazelle out there. If you can keep up with him, you're doing good, really good.
Like Phil here, he's 66, and I still myself can't even keep up to him.
One guy from Seabrook only lasted half a day with me, and I wasn't even running. He said, wait till I start running.
Phil's gonna dance and prance around and be there quicker than Brennan, who's been plowing through the brush 20 seconds behind him, sort of thing.
Go ahead.
Once Phil gives the all clear, Ralph yards the choked logs down the hill. Chasers Glenn and Ron wrangle the logs at the landing.
As the logs come in, the chaser will be undoing those logs. And then from there, the loaderman will be grabbing those logs, laying them out to get processed.
Today, Sheldon's keeping watch at the top of the hill.
I'm making sure everything's running accordingly. I just keep an eye on everything.
Just as things are looking up,
Our skyline's laying in that haulback ship.
The skyline's in the haulback. I gotta fix that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the haulback's burning on it.
the skyline slipped off its pulley and is caught in the haulback line's sheave.
A haulback going back and forth will rub it and cut the strands off.
Before we powered up the machine, we didn't notice that that skyline wasn't sitting in properly.
We'll get the loaderman to grab it. Slack your haulback down. We'll get Gord to grab it in the middle and flick it over. Grab it right in the middle there, Gord, yeah.
Try not to pinch that skyline if you can there, Gord. That's a brand new skyline.
The last thing we want is to be breaking any line. The price of lines are going up now. It's now $12,000. It's just crazy.
Gord will use his grapple to flip the skyline out of the haulback sheave.
Open.
Hope that don't fall off later.
I don't know what he's doing, but he ain't doing what I want him to do.
I'm gonna put it in the grapple.
But instead of grabbing the line with the grapple, Gord hooks the line with its teeth.
You should put it in the clamp. It's gonna fall out when the tail line's up there. Watch your back.
Gotta put that in the grapple.
Loadermen that don't listen, they piss me off.
Try not to pinch that skyline if you can there, Gord. That's a brand new skyline.
On Statloop,
You should put it in the clamp. It's gonna fall out when the tail line's up there. Watch your back.
the Peters crew attempts to untangle two of the yarder's tower lines.
Gotta put that in the grapple.
But they have different ideas about how to do it.
Well, that's what I wanted him to do, but that stupid won't listen. I want to pinch the line.
Sometimes you get the hillside politics.
Figures he knows it all. Well, he can come down here and fix something then.
They're set in their own way of doing things. Meanwhile, they're both trying to tell the loaderman how to do the job, but they're telling them two different ways, and then people are getting frustrated.
Undo it, Glenn. I need a little more slack. Undo it. Let her down. Gotta rate everybody up. Nose around here.
Everything okay down there? Difficult Monday. Now, why don't you stay here and I'll let the brake off as he pulls it down.
Yeah, for sure.
Ralph slacks the skyline so Glenn and Ron can flip it out of the haulback sheave.
Yee.
There, we got her.
Okay.
We won. Okay, Ralph.
Thank you.
We're logging now. I think everything will go a little smoother. Everything looks good up there now.
It's been a slow morning for the Peters crew. They've yet to yard enough logs for a single load.
That's big. I need a saw for that, Joe.
Yep.
We gotta cut this high stump We have to cut it because the logs on the back end past this stump will always hang up.
I know, up, way higher than that. Put it up there and go around twice.
Sometimes when the logs keep hanging up on one stump, they'll get the power saw sent out and buck the stump off.
Yeah, I'll wait till Phil gets this stump bucked off here.
It's a simple fix. But victory is short-lived.
Yeah, big stump right in front of me. Now they're gonna lay right on it.
I guess he's fighting the stump and the landing too.
They're gonna build up there. That stump's a pain in the ass.
Want me to see if I can rip it apart?
Yeah, you're gonna have to knock those down for it.
Thank God.
Good man, Gord. You're way better now.
It's going to be an intense day because we got a lot of balls in the air here, but we should be able to move wood quickly. I'm optimistic. What were you saying about this one here?
On Vancouver Island, the integrated crew does some final planning before the arrival of the S64.
Got 4 solid days of flying here, so we got to get as much wood as we can in that time, because after that, the machine's gone. They're so in demand with other jobs and other things. We need to make the best use of those machines that we can to get our job done before they move on to the next one. While the helicopter's on site, you got to make hay.
Priority is going to be 333.
Block 333 lies deep in the valley and contains some of the heaviest logs in the Narrows.
There's huge logs at the bottom of the block in a canyon where we just couldn't cut the log because it's laying over a bluff. Now we're going to go revisit those logs, and we're stoked because we can pull every one of those logs out of that canyon.
We've got to be doing 130 cubes an hour, right? So we got to make the most of it, make sure he stays efficient.
Because you're paying by the minute, pretty much, or by the second, as the case may be. Did you hear that noise? We just heard the crane arriving, so we'll walk up to the landing and greet the boys. The 64 is a purpose heavy-built helicopter, U.S. military aircraft, and it is just frickin' all horsepower, man.
Just gets people excited. I mean, it's one of the biggest helicopters around. I mean, it's just cool to be around.
It's not every day that you hire a machine, the most expensive, largest helicopter in the country, right?
That's what I said to the guys. It says, I've worked with the crane a lot, but I've never paid for it before.
Good morning.
Good to see you. It's been a while, hasn't it?
I worked with Bill and Mark years ago. It was so good to see him again because when I heard the crane was coming, I didn't know who the pilots were going to be. It was like a family reunion. It's great to see him.
So we're going to go up here the first cycle. Down to the bottom of this old block, there's just a big, huge jackpot of cedars jammed in there. So the fallers have done what they can. We're going to go up and start yarding that stuff out.
If you read the side of it, it says 20,000 pounds maximum external load. So that's pretty impressive, isn't it?
It does a good job.
As long as the weather holds,
Crane coming up.
the S64 will fly logs off Block 333 for the rest of the day.
There's
two right there. There's one to the right of it, going up and down the hill. And he says there should be some down by that lower pad, close to the tree line, somewhere over here window.
Flying the S-64 requires 2 pilots.
There's one or two right below that lower pad.
The pilot in the left seat maneuvers the helicopter and controls the hydraulic grapple.
Doing this salvage cedar is like finding little gold nuggets all over the mountain. Right. Okay, dude, go get them.
While the pilot in the right seat navigates and monitors the flight instruments.
You see, that's a good pilot when he's already put the turn down and turning the helicopter. We're just watching the first cycle here at the top end of our valley. Really impressed on how he's doing. It's been a good start. And I've forgotten totally how aggressive the crane is.
Windy out there. How you holding up over there? I'm good.
The wind picks up in the valley.
Little bumpy back there. So rattly on the block because of the upslope. It's not much better over here, though.
Take a pause for the cause answers, eh?
Yeah.
Wind. If it's a steady, mild breeze, no problem, but when it really gets gusty and swirls around the valleys and the steep cliffs, the helicopter really doesn't fly.
The upslope winds, the helicopter has a hard time with it. Shakes and rattles, rolls.
Too hard to build.
Head her on in then, dude.
It's totally the pilot's call. They've got their limitations and they shut it down when it's appropriate to shut down.
You can not say you know that we're down for wind right now.
The S-64 is grounded, bringing the job to a standstill.
We're not flying.
"100 kilometers from the BC coast. The yarder's whistle signals the all clear.
The whistle is really important. That's how we communicate with Rel.
This whistle punk communicates with the tower, and there's different patterns of whistles.
Beep is slow. Beep, beep, beep. Go ahead.
If you hear a long whistle, there's a hazard somewhere going on.
The whistle's acting up. I don't know what we got going on there.
I don't know why he doesn't turn it off.
Something's going on there, Ralph.
No, it's stuck on me. Try yours.
If we don't have communication with Ralph, you could slack the lines while we're under it. Catastrophe could happen.
It's hard being up here when there's something going on because I can't be down there to try helping them troubleshoot.
I'm thinking it's that spring pushed in. You just might have to stretch it out again. Okay, I'm gonna shut her down here.
Now, there's a spring in here. Better not go flying.
If that spring gets worn out, it doesn't move back and forth as fast, so that little magnet gets stuck on the whistle blowing end of things.
Come on, finger. Looks pretty clean in there now, though, with that.
It was pretty gummed up, Sheldon. I hope it's gonna work.
Okay, I'm gonna be firing it up here.
That's better.
Attaboy, Ralph. Now you got her fixed up and we're up and going again.
at the Narrows. The wind has died down and the S64 is back in action.
Okay, here we go.
SIG is tagging the heaviest, most valuable wood in Block 333.
If there's one thing I would love to do with anyone who wonders what it's really like is to take them for a walk in these blocks. It is unbelievable what it's like. We call it walking, but you're never walking. You're literally climbing all the time and trying not to fall. It can be a tremendous amount of work just to get to the log. I'll go down the steep part.
Coming at you there, Ziggy.
Right over the hill on the other side. Here comes the 64.
Waving my arms on a stump in this little clear cut.
12:30, 1 o'clock, 12:30, 12.
Start off.
Nope, start right below me. So there's two to my left looking downhill. You'll see all the blue tags through here. There's about a 70-foot canyon right below us here that he's going to pull some turns out that are just absolutely cranked, jammed into the rock faces. That's a nice log for sure, absolutely. Beautiful. That's a good turn. You see how they dropped the grapple, closed it, and it went. That's really fast.
Bill and Mark are making good time.
Challenge.
But a giant cedar is testing the S64's lift capacity.
Pilots can't exceed that load limit. So that becomes what we call an aborted log.
That was the max weight for the machine. That was the max weight for the machine.
In Block 333, a massive cedar tests the limit of the S64's lift capacity.
Now he literally flew to where that log is, tried to pick it up, couldn't pick it up, and then flew away with nothing.
It was definitely a money loser. That's part of the game.
But SIG isn't giving up.
I gotta go down there and buck 30,000 pounds probably. Okay, we gotta move.
Get an aborted log, it's just too heavy. That the only alternative to get that log off the hill is to lighten it up.
Ziggy bucket. Yep, he's on it. Make it honest.
The only way to know if the log is light enough to fly
Okay, here we go. Here comes the big one.
is to make a second attempt.
It flew. That was amazing, that log.
Those logs in that canyon, we would never have gotten them except with the crane.
I've never seen a guy get as excited about finding logs and just being passionate about wood. You know, if that wood's out there, he tends to find it.
Despite the downtime, SIG and the crew have managed to get back on schedule.
Happy, happy, joy, joy.
Everybody working together. I love it.
I think part of what makes a really good logging pilot is you gotta love it. Just like it makes a good logger, you gotta love it.
But with the unpredictable weather in the Narrows and the ongoing wildfire crisis that's gripping the nation, things could change in an instant.
We're still always a little bit anxious, particularly because we just spent a small fortune getting the fuel in here, and then they could be called away. Everything is a risk when you're helicopter logging.
Back at Statwood,
Hello, Gordon.
the truck arrives to pick up the first load of logs.
Feels good to see the first logging truck coming in here. Now we got 109 more to go.
That's good, Gord.
We got our load, covered our wages, paid for our rig up. Yeah, so it was a really good day.
Feels good to be back, buddy.
Regular, normal.
All loggers, they feel pride when you get lots of wood. You feel like you accomplished something. Yeah, we're here for a purpose.
We'll rig up the yarder somewhere by that processor.
Okay.
It was a tough start, but so far, Sheldon's keeping the promise he made to his father.
Oh, yeah, he just said, just keep... yeah. Just to keep the company going and look after the guys, so. Let's go home. Perfect. I think about my dad quite often. The memory comes of him either doing something or just even his truck sitting here and then looking down and seeing it there with the puff of cigar coming out the window sort of thing, right? It's just, it's there.
All in the green, sir.
We can't do anything in places like this without helicopters.
Next time on Timber Titans.
Going bang, bang. It's totally random. Oh boy.
You need to keep these helicopters flying.
There's a big hole in the road. It needs to be dealt with now.
Holy smokes. Wow.
We need to be working a minimum of 2 loads a day.
Whoa.